The sun had barely risen, casting long shadows over the devastated landscape. Smoke twisted into the early morning sky, carrying the acrid scent of gunpowder and burnt earth. Sergeant Ryan Cole crouched behind the shattered remains of a concrete wall, his heart pounding as he scanned the horizon. The distant rumble of tanks echoed across the valley, a grim reminder that the enemy was advancing. Each distant gunshot, each shout, echoed like a drumbeat of fate. "Stay sharp," he whispered into his comm around him. His squad moved with tense precision, each member carrying the weight of countless battles on their shoulders. Corporal Jameson adjusted his helmet nervously, glancing at the ruined village that had once been a bustling town. Dust swirled around them as if the land itself mourned the destruction, yet the squad pressed forward. Suddenly, a shell exploded nearby, sending shards of stone and dust into the air. Ryan shielded his face and motioned for his men to advance. Every step forward felt like a test of courage, as the cries of distant soldiers echoed across the valley. The mission was clear: secure the ridge before the enemy could fortify their position. Ryan's mind drifted briefly to what had been left behind: the lives, the families, the normalcy that seemed impossible now. But there was no time for regret. The world demanded focus, precision, and survival. Each heartbeat counted. Each decision could mean life or death. The squad advanced under covering fire, ducking behind ruined vehicles and crumbling walls. The staccato rhythm of gunfire and the roar of artillery became their constant companions. Amid the chaos, Ryan spotted a young soldier pinned down by enemy fire. Without hesitation, he darted across the open ground, dodging bullets, and pulled the man to safety. The words "Alhamdulillah" escaped his lips as he ensured the soldier was unharmed. Hours turned into an eternity as the squad fought uphill, capturing enemy positions one by one. Sweat, grime, and fatigue weighed heavily, yet the thought of protecting one another kept them moving. By late afternoon, they reached the ridge, taking a moment to breathe, pray, and thank Allah for their safety. The sun dipped lower, casting a golden glow over the battlefield, a brief reminder of hope amidst devastation. Ryan looked over the valley and envisioned the path forward, anticipating ambushes and strategizing the next steps. Every decision was guided not just by training but also by an unspoken faith, a hope that Allah's protection would see them through. The men murmured silent prayers between exchanges of fire, each one holding on to life and faith like a fragile thread in the chaos of war. The day continued with relentless tension, and as dusk approached, the squad made camp for a brief rest. Around the flickering fire, the men shared quiet stories, whispered Alhamdulillah for the moments they survived, and felt a shared bond stronger than any battle formation could provide. Even in the heart of war, the light of faith illuminated the darkness of fear and destruction. The first rays of sunlight illuminated the crumbling city walls, casting long shadows across shattered streets. Lieutenant Sarah Malik peered through her binoculars, observing enemy forces gathering at the horizon. Smoke curled from destroyed buildings, filling the air with the scent of charred timber and dust. Her squad prepared quietly, hearts racing yet minds focused. Every breath was a prayer, every heartbeat a testament to their faith in Allah's protection. "Brace yourselves," Sarah instructed, her voice steady amidst the tension. Soldiers moved to their positions, checked their weapons, and whispered silent prayers under their breath. Young recruits, terrified yet determined, mirrored the courage of seasoned veterans. The city, once vibrant and bustling, now lay in ruins, a stark reminder of the destruction that war leaves behind. As the first artillery shells landed, Sarah ducked behind a collapsed wall, guiding her squad through narrow alleys. "Bismillah," she murmured before leading them into the open streets. Gunfire erupted, echoes bouncing off shattered walls, while smoke and dust blurred the battlefield. Amid the chaos, she pulled a wounded soldier to safety, whispering a prayer for his strength and recovery. Hours passed as skirmishes intensified. The squad moved methodically, clearing buildings, securing rooftops, and covering one another. Civilians huddled in basements, terrified yet hopeful. Sarah paused briefly to whisper, "Alhamdulillah," grateful for each life preserved. Every action was a balance between strategy, courage, and faith in Allah's guidance. By dusk, the squad consolidated positions, tending to the injured and reinforcing barricades. The sky glowed orange, contrasting with the devastation below. Soldiers whispered prayers and shared quiet words of encouragement. Faith strengthened their resolve, uniting them through the long night ahead. Dawn broke, unveiling the destruction wrought by the prior night's fighting. Sarah's squad had endured relentless assaults and the ever-present threat of enemy reinforcements. Surveying the battlefield, Sarah identified weak points in the enemy's formation. The counteroffensive plan was clear: regain strategic positions and protect civilians trapped in the city. Movements were silent but precise, coordinated through gestures, signals, and shared intuition. Each soldier carried the weight of life and death, yet drew strength from faith and camaraderie. Sarah whispered a prayer for guidance and protection as the squad advanced. Smoke and debris filled the streets, yet the soldiers pressed on with determination and skill. Amid the chaos, a group of civilians remained trapped in a partially collapsed building. Sarah directed her squad to conduct a rescue. Moving carefully through rubble, she whispered prayers for their safety, guiding them towards secure areas. The act of saving lives, despite the danger, reinforced the squad's sense of purpose. "Alhamdulillah," she murmured, grateful for their survival. The counterattack gained momentum. Enemy resistance faltered under strategic maneuvers and relentless persistence. The squad advanced through streets and alleys, clearing enemy strongholds, securing rooftops, and reclaiming lost ground. Soldiers whispered prayers between bursts of gunfire, finding solace and strength in faith. Every victory was earned, every step forward a testament to courage and divine guidance. By evening, enemy forces began retreating. The squad secured critical positions, attended to the wounded, and coordinated with allied reinforcements. Sarah paused to reflect, whispering Alhamdulillah for the protection, perseverance, and faith that had guided them. Though devastation remained, hope flickered amidst the ruins, signaling a hard-earned victory. The city was silent, save for the distant sounds of recovery and cautious movement. Smoke lingered above broken streets, the scent of battle still thick in the air. Sarah and her squad moved carefully, clearing debris, attending to civilians, and marking dangerous zones. Each action was guided by training, vigilance, and faith in Allah's protection. Atop a partially destroyed tower, Sarah surveyed the city. The destruction was immense, yet life had returned to the streets in fragile whispers. She offered prayers for the fallen and whispered, Alhamdulillah, for the lives saved. Soldiers shared a moment of silent reflection, honoring bravery and courage displayed during the intense conflict. A small ceremony was held in the city square. Candles flickered in broken windows, each representing a fallen comrade and the hope of survival. Soldiers recounted tales of courage, whispered prayers, and vowed to uphold the values that guided them through battle. Faith had strengthened their resolve, and camaraderie had carried them through the darkest hours. As night descended, Sarah looked up at the stars, reflecting on the trials faced and the lessons learned. The path to recovery would be long, yet the courage, faith, and unity displayed by her squad offered hope. In that quiet moment, amidst the ruins, she silently vowed to continue protecting, guiding, and honoring the lives intertwined in the tapestry of war and resilience. Dawn broke over the ravaged terrain, revealing the aftermath of relentless combat. Captain Amir Khan scanned the battlefield, noting the positions of his squad amid broken vehicles, shattered walls, and smoldering debris. The acrid scent of smoke and scorched earth filled the air. He whispered a silent prayer, invoking Allah's guidance and protection as the new day of battle began. His squad moved carefully, eyes sharp for any signs of enemy ambush. The ruins of the city seemed alive with danger, every shattered building a possible hiding spot for foes. Yet, within the fear and tension, there was an unspoken bond of trust, courage, and faith that held the men together. Each step forward was a test of resilience and patience, guided by both strategy and divine protection. Suddenly, distant gunfire erupted. Amir signaled his squad to take cover, ducking behind a toppled wall. The young soldiers followed, hearts pounding, whispering Bismillah under their breaths. Smoke and dust filled the streets as the first wave of enemy scouts advanced. Amir coordinated defense, ensuring each flank was covered while offering words of reassurance and silent prayers for safety. The battle raged for hours. Every exchange of fire was met with precision and determination. Amir moved through the chaos, assisting the wounded, directing counterattacks and maintaining the morale of his squad. Each life saved, each step forward, felt like a small miracle. Between bursts of gunfire, soldiers murmured Alhamdulillah, grounding themselves amid the storm of destruction. By afternoon, the tide began to turn. Enemy forces were disoriented, their formations broken by the resilience and tactical skill of Amir's squad. The squad pressed forward, reclaiming key positions, securing rooftops, and pushing the invaders back. Faith and courage intertwined, guiding each maneuver, each decision, each heartbeat. As dusk approached,